This is JP here from LeanWisdom. Welcome to our weekend story video series. In this particular weekend story, I'm going to share a very different experience of transforming from the HR point of view. Right? So, what does it mean? The first few stories, you have heard a lot about Agile means giving you a result in terms of product results, right? In terms of predictability, quality, right? Release time to market, customer satisfaction. Oh man, too much in the product side of it. This one transformation that I was involved was very, very different. One of the leaders of a kind of mid-sized organization, around 600 member organization, he was the head of this company. He called me a few years back and said, JP, can you help us in reducing the attrition through Agile transformation? That was the first time that I got a call from some leader who said, can you come and help us in reducing the attrition rate from 27% to a smaller number? Our attrition is so high. This is like imagine it's like 500, 600 member company, which is like working in a startup mode, right? They're building a product, they want to sell it, they want to make more money, they want to go very fast to market. On the other side, they're losing 27% of the employees just because of the pressure. There is no discipline, right? There is no clarity in backlog, a lot of noise, so on. For me, it was very interesting. I said, yeah, sure. It was far for me to travel and do it, but I took that because it was a very unique experience for me to learn, right? So I took it. Then I went and did my initial Gemba, right? Gemba walk, and spoke to leaders of various levels, and I spent some time with the teams, and I understood that there is a lot of challenges across which we need to fix it to reduce attrition. Challenges were that people are asked to come weekend over weekend over weekend. People are asked to stay back late nights. People are asked to fix defects, right? Day in, day out. There was no new energy. Customer was escalating left, right, center. There was nobody who was happy. Customer was not happy. Leadership is not happy. The teams are not happy. They were blaming at each other. Lot of challenges, right? Now, I did this study, and my first request was, can teams take a step back, including the leaders, step back and spend 2 days with me in learning Agile, right? They said, oh, we are super busy. I said, you have to sharpen your axe, so you have to stop. You cannot keep cutting a tree and your axe is not sharp. You have to stop the cutting to at least sharpen your axe. The leader agreed. Then I did a training for the leaders, including HR, and then I did training for the managers, I did training for the engineering teams. When I did a training for the engineering teams, I saw that people were coming out with colors. Like, wow, this will solve our problem. This is our problem. JP, can you stay? Can you help us in solving this problem? Right? Because every activity that we did in the training was actually pointing the problem that is there in the organization. Right? Great. I went back to the leaders and said, how committed are you to fix these problems? Let us make a working agreement. Right? I need a leader to make a working agreement here to fix these problems. If you cannot take a decision, I cannot change anything because I am a consultant. I have no power. The only power I have is my knowledge. I have only power is influencing power. No other power I have. You have to change and you have to make it happen. He agreed. I also promised him, if you change and if you commit, surely you will get results. Right? I'm not here to just come and give you some gyan and go. You will get results provided you listen to us, listen to me, and then start changing. He said yes. We started moving towards small Scrum teams. Scrum teams will pick the work, not push to the team. Right? Scrum teams will commit and they'll deliver. Right? On one side, I spoke to the leaders saying that, hey, don't push the teams to achieve 100 things. Let them pick what they can deliver. Do you believe in your own people? If you believe, let them pick it. Let's see what happens. The leaders agreed. I went to the team. Guys, you commit, you deliver. We don't postpone the wedding. You commit to wedding happens. The same way, you commit to a 2 weeks sprint, you deliver. If you don't deliver, we'll retrospect. We'll learn from it. Right? How come I committed, how come I didn't deliver? It's okay to fail, but it's not okay to fail on the same thing again and again and again. It was great agreement. Leaders agreed, the teams agreed, we went ahead. Some failures happened, but teams have learned. leaders have learned, right? All the layers have started learning across. Teams were very happy, right? They got a sense of accomplishment that we committed, we delivered at least 90% of it, right? And somebody came and appreciated us. The leader came and said, great, right? We are happy. I also told the leaders on the other working agreement that don't come in the middle of the sprints and stop, don't keep coming and giving you some new work to the team. Don't stop them from what they are working. Don't bring any new change into the backlog, into the goal, unless it is very critical, unless heaven will fall. Leader agreed. So, the 2 weeks of window was to a large extent fixed. So, we made such small corrections. Like this, there are like 40 different changes we brought, right? Small corrections. Right person for a PO role, right person for a Scrum Master role. The engineering managers were expected to support and help, not just watching as a people manager and then asking questions, right? So, every change we did, it started giving results. In 3 months, organization turned into positive organization. The leader was positive. Then, this is where I came up and said, can we also shake the organization across? Right? Are you ready for it? The leader said, tell me what is it? I said, what is your appraisal system? Right? How do you measure a learning culture? How do you drive a learning culture in the organization? He said, oh, no, learning is the job. Right? Everybody learns in the job. Okay, that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. But we also keep some space and time for learning for people, right? And is appraisal tied to a salary? Yeah, because it's a yearly appraisal. So because a small company, I suggested them to do a quarterly appraisal. Finish every quarter, right? How are you performing as an individual? Oh, this is great. There's something you can improve. So people were listening, great, because it is not tied to a salary, right? So the 4 smaller appraisals. We also brought 360-degree feedback, right? I worked with HR and HR was not very sure about 360-degree. I suggested, why don't you try with one team, 1 or 2 teams, right, which you think is a mature team. Let's try with that and see what happens. We tried with 360-degree feedback. Wow, the experience was great. What was the experience? A leader thought X is a performer and Y is not a performer. The team said Y is a performer, X is not a performer. Is it not important for the leader to understand what the ground is thinking about? Absolutely. I spoke to the VP of the engineering, hey, how do you see this? You think somebody is performer, but the team is thinking somebody else is a performer and this way is not performing. Now what if you are given a higher rating and promoted this person? And this is what is happening in the organization, right? Without even you knowing, you are playing politics here. Now, the leader felt, wow, this is eye-opener for me. I didn't know that this was state. Great. So, we did 360-degree feedback, we did quarterly appraisal, we moved the HR teams also into Agile. Hey, why don't you guys work in Agile? Because you need to learn Agile, right? Like the whole organization is moved to Agile, to a large extent moving to Agile, and Agile is for people, and HR is for people. If you don't know Agile, what does it mean? So, why don't you learn Agile? So, we trained them also in Agile. We put them as a cross-functional team, like a hiring team, a learning and development team, and the HR operations team, all sat together as one cross-functional team. When one has more work, the other one will help. We started building a T skills within HR, right? They also started appreciating this, right? And then we started writing new JD, new set of people, new kind of skills to hire in the organization, and so on. Within a year, attrition rate went down from 27% to single digit. It's below 9%, and the leader was so happy. People were happy. Some of the non-performers were let go because the system showed, right? My analogy is here. If a football game, if you take, that's an Agile team, and when the team scores, it's a team scores a goal, right? If somebody scores a goal, it's a team wins. But there is also a yellow and red card. Organization flourished because of all these actions, and it became a fantastic result, right? So this is one case study where I went to implement Agile in an organization to reduce attrition. That was the only primary goal. Nothing about products, nothing about faster time to market, nothing about predictability, nothing about quality. But all of these also improved. In this journey, because we moved them to true Agile, all of them improved, but the primary goal for them was reducing attrition. retaining the good employees, right? And that happened from 27% to 9%, right? I was moved by this because I was so happy, right? When we got this result, I thought I'll share with you, and I'm sure you would have enjoyed this, right? Have a great weekend, enjoy, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.